that you're okay? Yeah. From the mind's point of view, it's a totally different thing. Mind point of view, oh, I love this neighbor, I don't love that neighbor. From Joey, the character, the dream character, is perceiving differences, is perceiving, and is experiencing that. And so the realizing that there is a superior I, there is a real I, and there is the dream eyes. Is the identification as the personal I, which is a mistaking the sunlight to be the moonlight. You're mistaking the moon to be the moonlight to belong to the moon. And you're wondering, goodness, like how come, what happened to the moonlight, when it's not, when the moon is not, what happened to the moon, where did it go, because you are mistaking the light to be the moonlight. So you mistake the self, meaning the universal light of being, to be personal light. So you trust that, oh gee, it should be this way. You're trusting the thoughts, which are the body-mind activities, to be your guide. And so the body-mind interactions they have in them turf and antagonism, and the bending together, and it is a totally different realm. We know that realm. History books are full of, the Germanians, coming down on the Gauls, and the Turks coming down on the eastern territories, and we know that. Or even now in this waking dream, all the politics and all everywhere it is being played everywhere. And we can see it in ourselves. We've experienced that. That's never been. That's separating ourselves from God's light, and believing in a separate reality, in a personal reality. But when you look for the reality of the person, you only find the reality of consciousness. You only find the reality of that, whatever it is that perceives this perception right now, that is not an object, that has no age, no size, nowhere it begins or ends. It's borderless awareness that does not exist in space or time. It is the invisible self. Because space and time are the realm of thought and perception. And in the realm of thought, there is time. And in the realm of perception, there is space. But that realm is like a cloud. It's like the shape of the cloud. The cloud takes on the shape of a dragon. There is now a dragon in the dragon. There is a dragon, but in fact there is no dragon. It's just cloud. But we do experience the angst of that fardeau, that the burden of time, the hardship of the weight of time and space, and we somehow the transparency of being and the infinity of the self overlooks us. We overlook it. It's overlooked. The wholeness of being is overlooked, and instead these sensations and these meditations we are their prey. We are their prey. So you have to invite the sensation. Of course, the meditation too, but at the sensation level, it's more important. To your wisdom, to the wisdom, to what you already know, that the sensation is always referring to a phenomenal, to something phenomenal. The sensation is always referring to something about me, my body, my life, my future, my tomorrow. It's always phenomenal. And your wisdom is that there is no reality at the phenomenal realm. There is no phenomenal reality. There is only one reality. So you have to invite all what is arising to you, to your contemplation of the reality of that is untouched and untouchable, and that is not lacking, that does not need money, fortune, neighbors, relationships, to being loved, to be respected, to get the promotion, or it is not, is completely free of that realm. The realm of the mind doesn't belong in your understanding, in the wisdom of the self, in the truth of the self. It is at the dream level. So you invite the sensation to your complete welcoming, your complete freedom. Say, okay. But at the same time, you're contemplating that what you truly are, no harm can come to that. No improvement can come to that. It is the perfection of being. It's God's light.
But when I look where I think you're pointing, I see fog. Or, you put your hand in the stream, pressure.
I didn't hear the last.
Or like when you put your hand in the stream, you feel pressure.
Oh, in the stream.
Hand?
Yes.
Or have you ever been in a sound studio where they do music recording?
No, but say something about it.
It's silent. There's foam on the wall.
Yes.
And
Yes.
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 but inside. It's just fog.
Fog.
Or
Yes.
pressure.
Okay. So
not something I would describe
yes.
as infinite joy.
Yes. Okay.
If you are counseling patients, you're saying to keep looking at the fog.
Yes. Well,
that I'm also bringing the fog.
Yes. Well, okay. So there is a fog. Yes. There is fog.
It's undeniable.
Yes.
Keep pointing, and it's clearly there.
So you're right now in your experience. If I'm understanding you correctly, you're experiencing the fog. Yes.
When I look.
Well, right now, for example, let's say that you're looking now and you're experiencing fog. Yes. Now, okay, when you experience these glasses, are you these glasses? Okay. So you know that you are not what you experience, whether it's the glasses or fog. You're not. Doesn't define you. In the same time, when you're perceiving these glasses, do you have a sense of a space that perceives these glasses? Yes. So whether it's glasses or fog, my invitation or my question is, can you get a sense of a space that is experiencing the fog? Yes. Now, when you're experiencing these glasses, is it upsetting you right now? No. You really don't care whether I put them down here or I put them here, right? Really, or if I put them here or I put them, it really is of no consequence. It won't even cross your mind. Maybe now that I'm speaking about it, it may cross your mind, but before that, it may not even cross your mind.
A little bit anal, I might mind.
Okay, bad example. Okay, well.
But I know what you're saying. I know exactly
yes,
what you're
right. That's okay. So with the fog or pressure, yeah, yes, pick a fog or pressure, or is it possible to have the same doesn't really faze you whether I'm holding these glasses throughout the whole satsang, and whether even when you leave, I may just hold on the glasses. Doesn't faze you what is appearing and what you're perceiving, because when there is an awareness of a space that perceives the fog or perceives the glasses or perceives the current or the force, whatever, and when you are perceiving it from an impartial place, that's peace. Right now I perceive this perception. Doesn't matter if this blanket color is purple or yellow, or if Tara is looking at me or looking the other direction. This perception is appearing in that does not appear. It is, let's say, it's a form that appears in the formless awareness. Yes? Are you okay with this language? Or in this formless knowingness. Yes? And that form, that perception or sensation, is not defining, doesn't know anything, can't know anything. The glasses can't know anything about you, or the sensation can't know anything about you. That perception is doesn't define anything. It's just define itself. I define it. I actually say, oh, these are glasses. In itself, on its own, there's nothing to say. I choose to say, sensation. I decide to say a fog. I decide to say whatever. It's out of my freedom, my sense of play, let's say. Or I may decide to say nothing. So what I'm trying to say is that experience, or that it's not an experience, but beingness, the peace of presence of the self is there across the board. It's never not there. Now, if these glasses, I don't want to see them, and you're pointing them up, you're holding them in your hand, and I'm going, goodness. Then my attention is channeled through the thoughts. Yes, it's channeled through, and the more I want you to be different, or I want the perception to be different, or I want something to be different, the more I am in this identity, in these feelings, in these emotions, and the more I'm sort of feeding them in a way. Or the reason why I'm saying feeding them, because nobody is forcing me to want things to be different. It's, in a way, it's my choice. Oh, darn! I wish that, I wish Holly had sat here, And nobody's forcing this. It's just coming to me, and it's not coming from anywhere else. I am the creator of all what is created. It's not that there is some other, somebody who's telling me to think those thoughts. It's just appearing to me. It's appearing in my experience. I'm just talking about my experience. Now, there may be somebody out there who knows, but in my experience, it's just the thought arises like out of where? It only arises out of me, because it's only I that I know. I don't know of anything else. Every thought that arises as I. Every perception, I. Every sensation, I. That's all I know. I've never known anything else. You arise as I. I perceive you. You are some form, whatever it is, a thought, a perception, a sensation. So that's why we say, like, sometimes, like, ignorance, resistance, seeking is a choice. We choose ignorance because there's nobody else choosing for us. And the invitation is to choose to recognize the screen, not the image. The image is okay. I mean, you recognize it, but the screen is not trying to do anything with the image. It's not saying, oh, no. If it's an image of fire, if it's an image of a pond, a beautiful sunrise, a sunset, or a volcanic eruption, the screen doesn't give a hoot. The dreamer dreams infinite dreams. Why do you dream all those dreams at night, or even now in the waking state? It's your freedom. You dream your dreams. It's your freedom. I'm just speaking about not dreaming unhappy dreams, because you're dreaming that you're a character and that something may happen to you. You're identified. I mean, I'm not saying that you are. I'm just speaking, generically. When we're identified, we sort of chose a certain identity. And all identities, no matter how big they are, how great they are, how loved they are, they're limited. Because an entity by definition, is limited. Only the limitless, the non-identity, is the formless, is beyond the limitation. So the unhappy dream is when we dream that I am the body, that I am a person, that things are happening to me as a person. Because to consciousness, whether it's perceiving glasses, whether it's perceiving a flock of birds that are flying by, a rainfall, a thunderstorm, a beautiful sunny day, it remains. So the invitation is to recognize within yourself that quality of the self, that is the self, that is vaster than whatever is appearing, that is unmoved and untouched by whatever is appearing, that is peace itself, that is love itself, that is freedom itself. Doesn't depend, its freedom is not given or taken away by any situation, by any event, by any. It doesn't have to do with any fog, because the sky, the infinity of the sky. If there is a fog, if there is fog, is the sky foggy? The sky is not foggy. The sky, it could be fog or rain. Or the sky is untouched, is undiminished, is not diminished, or neither is it augmented by the arising or dissolving of the fog. So your emotions and your feelings and your sensation, your experiences, they do not define you, they arise to you. And the you is not the body-mind, to you as awareness. And that is where the peace and the undisturbed, the causeless freedom is. And when I say there, the word there may refer to some, there is not a place in the mind, way the mind thinks. It's the I am. It's already, it's, I guess, God's grace, I would say. It's God's grace that we are in God's arms, in God's lap. We just need to recognize that and rest as that and celebrate that. It's so amazing, it's exquisite, it's very beautiful. So there is a higher understanding that's available to you. There is a space of understanding that's available to you, that you need to visit it, as frequently as possible, so that rather than the fog being what is experienced, you are also experiencing that which is not defined by whatever appears. Right now, you are the reality, the formless reality that perceives and hears these words. Before the download of Emma, before any download, there is the eternity of presence. And that has nothing to do with time and space. Nothing to do with whatever thoughts and feelings and so on